All right, welcome to the Metal Office Podcast, episode 3. We're 3 into this. We're 3 deep. It's kind of like 3 fingers, but different. But hey, we're at episode 3, and we have a mystery guest today. We'll get to that in a second. So we want to thank everyone for all the follows and all the views of our first 2 episodes, and especially the second one with the main man, Scott. He did a great job. Rebel Radio was here last episode. If you haven't seen it, last month we had Scott Davidson on from Rebel Radio, and he told us about the history of himself and Rebel Radio and what he's planning and how he's planning his expansion right now. And he bought a couple stations, he bought a couple frequencies, much higher power, and Rebel Radio and metal as a whole in Chicago is growing, so we like that. So it was great having him here. I knew from the get-go when we started this that he would be a guest we wanted to grab right away. So I want to thank Scott again for doing that. Again, I would thank everyone for all your comments, thumbs up, likes, subscribed. It's very important. Al has to explain this, how this works. It's not a monetary thing, but it's an expansion and building thing. We need you guys to subscribe on YouTube to the podcast. So Al, our technical director, who he has a whole new configuration of, looks like, you know what this reminds me of? This is opening day at Heideke Lake when everyone is bank fishing and there's 20,000 fishing rods sticking up on the rocks. This is what it looks like in here. So
I'll give a little glimpse of it. We don't want it all on camera all the time, but we'll see what kind of madness and apparatus we got going on.
Oh, yeah.
With all of this.
It is. We're getting more highly technical. But next time when you bring your assistant in, I prefer a bikini with a thong, Al.
Yeah.
Instead of the flannel. She was,
That one was busy.
So explain a little bit about what we need people to do so we can get this growing. Obviously, then tell your friends and share on Facebook. Those are the obvious ones. But from the YouTube angle of it, why is that important?
The YouTube angle is important because that's the thing that is going to make it grow beyond where it's at right now. We can have 1,000 likes and followers on Facebook, which is great, and we'd love to have that as well.
Right.
But the thing that will get it more out into people that we don't know further into the onto the scene is YouTube, because people will search podcasts and people will search local music, or people will search something to do with what we're talking about, and eventually the more followers and the more subscribers that we have on YouTube will push us up in those ranks. Okay. Versus Facebook, which is mostly all of our friends and people that we know, which is good too. But
right, and we're very thankful for our friends that help us out so far. But our goal for this is to expand beyond that. It has to be a regional, all Chicago, type of atmosphere where we're talking about, all these things in the whole area. It's not going to be the South Side, metal union meeting, once it's not that. We want to grow it into a community of Chicago rock and metal musicians that is, people, if they want information, if they're in Austin, Texas or Phoenix, Arizona, they might say, hey, what's going on in Chicago? And boom, we pop up. They're going to watch our podcast. We want other people throughout, beyond Chicago and Illinois to, be a part of the podcast and also be a viewer. So that's the reason why we're stressing that expansion and subscription based in YouTube. That's the way it works. You click subscribe. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on fishing and guns and stuff, and every single one of them, hey, don't forget to hit click subscribe, blah blah. Now those people some of them they're earning a living at that, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen a glimpse of what those numbers are. We're not going to be there for many eons, and that's not our intention. We all have jobs, and we have all our income. So it's not an income thing. It's an expansion thing because we want to be informational. We want to build a community of we're really good at networking for getting shows and filling in for each other's bands. It's awesome the way we do things around here in this area. And I'm sure they do that everywhere. But, we only know our area. So, I mean, if we can bring that sense of community into our podcast and expand it out and make it informational and then make it entertaining to the audience, that's going to make us successful. Maybe someday we get to the monetary thing. Great,
Yeah.
I'd like to fully retire. I'm only semi-retired, so, if anyone has any questions or anything about the best way to view us or help us out, shoot Al a message on Facebook and or just go on YouTube and start clicking buttons until it works. That's what I do. So we're going to be adding more clips. We did a clip. We're toying with some of that stuff. So we're going to be doing more shorts and clips and things like that. And apparently that helps us out a lot. So that's going to be a thing. All right. So we got anything else on the technical aspect?
Nope.
Thanks again for watching episode 2. That was awesome. We do have a mystery guest. And this came out just, we didn't plan on having a guest. We had something else planned for this episode, and then we had to push that back. So the discussion with Chase on Mr. Flaherty is going to happen next month. So we scrambled, and I came up with a little sequence of events today. But then Gary threw a wrench in the works and said, Mr. Guzman is going to be in town, going to be in the area, visiting his father in the hospital. So prayers to Mr. Guzman.
Thanks.
I hope he does better and better. Can John stop by? And I'm like, oh, absolutely. We got to get Guzman on the podcast. So, I mean, John, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
You
Thanks
are a staple of our lives in the music scene and of a lot of people's music scene. The number one fan. You wear the crown.
Thanks.
In my opinion, maybe these guys, have a different opinion. But I think I met you towards the end of Revelations or during the Revelations time.
Or the end, I think.
Yes, right at the end, and then when we started Made in Chicago.
You did a Marco's show.
Yeah.
First show. In Portage.
Yeah.
The first show was Bobby McGee's, May 7th. Or was it March?
No, Bob McGee's was May 11th.
Okay.
I thought it was May 7th.
Okay. It was in May sometime.
We'd have to look at Dan's wall of fame.
It's on the wall.
Yeah.
It's actually on the wall right behind Dan in the part 1 of Made in Chicago 2011.
Okay, right.
Established.
So that was the first show.
Yep.
So then from that point on, John has, for years, almost, I would guess almost every show that I did fronting Made in Chicago, he was there.
Almost, yep. Just about every single.
And then our little side projects, John would show up. And then if we go see our friends' bands, there's John Guzman.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Danny's got the flyers on the counter, and I had 34 of them at least the first couple of years that I've been to.
Of Made in Chicago
Yep.
flyers?
Shows that I've been to.
So if you haven't seen, if you go on the Made in Chicago YouTube channel, Al has put together a video log and a story of Made in Chicago from the start. He just finished and produced and put out and uploaded part 2, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Part 2's out.
So if you watch, it's the history of Made in Chicago and how it was all formed, interviews with all of us. There's a lot of Babcock on there. I just want to let you know. There's he got a lot of airtime. Almost.
Sounds dirty, but it's not.
And so on on that video, there's a lot of shots of with Dan in the Made in Chicago headquarters, or the former headquarters, was Dan's basement.
Yeah, I missed that place. That was fun.
Strip club lighting. There's not a white light in the place.
No.
Everything's different color lights.
Black light
and
and-
all the posters are on all the walls of every show we've ever done. So he's covered multiple walls at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going to
it's
have to
pretty
go
impressive.
down there and just do like an invite-only party sometime. Yeah. So that was the Made Chicago headquarters. And so all those posters there, and you'll see it on the video. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of cool stories and in back office information about Made in Chicago that Al's put together. So when do we expect number 3, part 3?
Part 3 is in the works right now. Should be out this Sunday. Of course, by the time.
Oh, this Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to release
kicking
them
it out,
once
dude.
a week up to the April 18th show.
Okay, the
So
April
by the
18th
time
show.
this airs, it should be out. And there will probably be another one out. After
All right.
that. So
We'll talk about the shows coming up, but right now our focus is Johnny. So,
Yep.
Thanks.
John, we're going to need a little info here. You can tell us your story about how you became the number one fan for Made in Chicago and other bands. So when did it all start for you? When you were poor, young,
Started
starving
late
fan?
90s.
Yeah.
Was into the tribute bands, the local ones, Indiana, Bonfire, High Speed Dirt, Cashmere. Playing around, and all of a sudden I seen
What
Iron
clubs?
Maiden.
What clubs were in northern Indiana back then? Do you remember?
Oh God,
Wasn't there a place called McCool's or something?
McCool's out in Valpo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that
There's
place.
local bars that a lot of those bands
Okay.
played at.
That's a lot of them were small bars, right?
Yeah, so I started seeing them, and all of a sudden I see a Made in Chicago tribute band, Iron Maiden, my favorite band.
Your favorite band is Iron
Iron
Maiden.
Maiden, so-
wow.
Had to go check you guys out. The rest was history.
Oh boy.
I think that Marco's gig might have been a warm up before we did Bobby's. It
Yeah.
was just kind of like an off the beaten path kind of
Yeah.
show.
Was it a get the bugs out type thing?
Yeah, I think so.
My memory is not what it used to be.
There was some bad omens going on. The first song in, I remember my string got unwound on my bass, and I was
Yeah, but
You
running
sure it
around.
wasn't
look
the
at
second show?
no,
'Cause
that
it was
was
like
the
a
first show.
wasn't
I
it like
think
a
you did.
snowstorm or something?
I don't remember what the weather was, but I remember playing it, and I remember the bass string breaking, and it was
How's that
Havoc.
like? God, I don't remember that. I remember playing that because it was like a patio overhead door,
Yeah,
see
the
through,
garage
and there
door
was like
behind
it was a blizzard, wasn't it?
I don't remember the weather.
Yeah.
It was March or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nasty. It was nasty. But the place was pretty packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you didn't know Gary prior to that?
I think in Revelations, he friended me, and I didn't know who this guy
Right,
was.
because Gary was the
And I
final bass
saw him-
player.
He saw
right?
me at JJ Kelly's. I go, in fact, I think he might have been the first metalhead to friend me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I go, oh, wow, this guy's a bass player in an Iron Maiden band. I go, all right, accept him.
Cool.
And then MC started.
Yeah.
So
Well, geez, that was 3 years later, wasn't it? 4 or 5 years later?
Mm-hmm.
There was a little gap. I took some time up. Then we got into the metal years. What was that band
yeah.
called?
Metal Years with
Metal
Kevin
Years.
and
Yeah.
a couple other people. Al was in it.
Yeah. That band was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. So I remember, what did we just did? 2 shows or something with that
Yeah,
band,
not
right?
too much.
Yeah,
Few shows. I
Q
remember there
Bar
was video
and-
from Q Bar.
Yeah. All right. What else? What happened then? So then you then we
Yeah,
couldn't
just
get
chill.
rid of you after
no,
that.
no, you guys kept playing the South Side. And when you guys first started out, you guys mainly did play on the South Side.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Well, nobody knew
Saturday
us.
night-
We had to
yeah.
put our mark.
So I told you, like I said, I was an Iron Maiden fan. So I had to come check you guys out all the time.
Really.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Iron Maiden album?
Number of the Beast.
Oh, okay. Smart man. Smart man. See,
You guys-
that's my answer to all musical questions. All. Doesn't matter what musical question it is online. And I do it on purpose just to piss people off. But I truly believe that it's any musical questions that's posed online, just write the Number of the Beast. Because it answers all questions. Because it is the best.
Bruce's
So-
debut album.
future podcasts, so we're going to have a little, I'll bring this up right now before I forget. We're coming up with ideas for episodes. So in the future, we're going to have an episode where we have people online, our fans, submit their top 5 metal or hard rock albums of their lifetime. Ones that they cherished. I have mine, Gary has his, Al has his. We already know John's number 1. It's probably be my number 1, but that's for another story. So we want people to get engaged, and what we're going to do, there'll be a gift involved. If we choose your list and talk about your list on the podcast, we're going to send you guys some gifts, probably a gift card or something like that. So we're going to announce it later. I'm announcing it now so you can start working on your list now. Now, some of you like to take your time and do these things, but we don't want people to hash it out on Facebook because I think that's really unorganized and unprofessional. So the Metal Office Podcast now has a Gmail email account. So what I want you guys to do is think about from the time you first started listening to music and came into, hard rock. Like for me, I was, as a young kid, it was Beatles, Zeppelin, and Ted Nugent. All right. That's what introduced me, and K-Tel Records.
And
right?
The Who.
Well, the Who kind of came a little later. That came a little later. But when I first started, I'd make my mother take me to, every time we went to Jewel, they had a K-Tel stand, Jewel in Palos Heights, and I had to get, whatever K-Tel Dynamite or whatever was out, that time. So that introduced me to a lot of these bands, and I had my favorite albums. And some of those albums, I still will put them on to this day. So from the time you were young to now, and in modern music included, your favorite top 5 albums, and think about why they're your albums. You can put a little notes. I don't need 3 pages of explanation, but if your number 5 is blah, 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 why is it number 5? Well, it brings back memories, and blah,
That'll probably be the number 1 answer for a lot of people.
What?
Because you get caught in a special time and space when you think about that
Sure.
album, and that's why you like it so much, because certain things were happening, and it brings back good memories.
Right. Yeah. And we want to hear about those experiences. For us, it's going to be more like how we progressed musically and as musicians. I wasn't always into vocals. I was a guitar player as a teenager before I was a singer. So, my musical tastes and my ear changed to more vocal orientated and more power type music when I got older and got into singing. So we want to hear those explanations of why it was good. My dad was into Judas Priest or Zeppelin or whatever, and now I always listen to Zeppelin, so that was my favorite band. So this, but I don't want you to use the same band twice. So you're gonna have your top 5, number 1 being the top one, but one band can only be represented once, because Gary's gonna put 5 Iron Maiden albums. I already know the sequence. It's going to be Power Slave will be number 1, Peace of Mind will be number 2. So, but I mean, we all have our favorite bands. I'm not going to list, all
Right.
the Symphony X albums or all the Dream Theater albums, but that way we kind of spread out, and everyone shows kind of like their musical taste and how it changed through the years from when they were a child or a teenager. And, I think they'll be kind of fun to do. We'll talk about it in an episode. We'll make an episode out of it. And we want to bring, 1 or 2 or 3 people. So when you submit, make your list, put it on a Word document or PDF, or put it in email. It can be an attachment email, but it has to be to the email. And the emails is TMOPMAIL. So we call it TMOP over here. So TMOPMAIL@gmail.com. Do not do this on Facebook. I will ignore it, because you know what happens on Facebook. I don't have to explain that. It gets a little crazy. So if we have that and you guys send it in an email, then we're going to know that you're serious and you're engaged in a podcast, and and that's worth something. So that'll earn you some kind of gift. So we're gonna do that in the future. We're not sure when, but we will probably have it nailed down next podcast. We'll have a date. We're a little unsure what guests are lined up. We're waiting on people's schedules for the next 2 to 3 podcasts. So when we have that, we'll make it announced. But I'm getting it out there, early bird now. Start your list. All right. So John,
Yes.
I noticed that, you show up at most shows.
Yes.
So you got to have some favorite local bands, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So like, other than Made in Chicago, because we don't want to keep, throwing that out there. Like, who have you seen recently that like was blowing you away over the last year or so?
Mark Humphrey's Rad Band, good.
Are they good? I have not seen them yet.
Tour singing. Toured up the other day at Bourbon Street.
I saw a video and I was impressed.
Yeah.
He's looking the part. The band's playing
hair
good.
out like him. Stephen Piercy.
So where was that at? That was at
Bourbon Street. Friday. That's
Okay.
Friday.
So what does he call it? Rat Pack?
Rat and Roll, I believe.
Rat and Roll.
Rat and Roll,
Okay.
called.
Shout out to Mark for that's one of his deals. Awesome. So what other bands you like to go see?
Blizzard of Oz, he's good.
You like
They're
Blizzard
good.
of Oz, huh?
He play up north though, so
It's all right.
not too bad. Judas Rising, Christy's doing pretty good with them.
Yeah, she's doing a great job.
Brian Fly comes in from New York to play with them. They're pretty good.
Yep.
Seen them
Yeah,
at
he
Tribute
flew in when
Island.
I did that show with
Yeah.
him. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, pretty good band there. Cashmere's good. Like watching them. I get a chance to see them.
When was the last time you saw I haven't seen Cashmere in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I saw No Quarter a couple times too. It started getting confusing.
Are they still
Like,
together?
just the brand.
Yeah.
Just
Is
lost
No
kind of-
Quarter still together?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything.
Shout out
about
to
them.
No Quarter. If you guys are still functioning, send us an email or
There's
a
physical
message.
graffiti out there now.
Yeah, right.
There used to be one called Presence.
Oh yeah, Presence
time
was the
ago,
big
right?
one locally around here. Yeah. All right. Who else? Who's else on your radar?
Judas Rising, Cashmere, Bonfire's good too. At AC/DC,
Oh really?
T&T Chicago's good
Yeah.
too. See
Well,
them at
Jimmy
Bourbon
Earl,
Street.
he that product is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole band is killer. If you guys, if you like AC/DC, I haven't seen Bonfire yet, but I just saw a video, so they're legit.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Irwin in TNT,
T.
I mean, it's just a good time. It's a party. The song list is phenomenal. He was
I know
getting,
you were
he
thinking
was
about
getting
it
to
next,
that.
right?
He was getting to that. You need cue cards, Al.
We're all gonna have
Queen's
5
right.
whiteboards.
Yeah, right. And this segment is sponsored by
Operation
Operation
Empire.
Empire.
Killer Giants, Operation
Killer
Empire,
Giants.
Killer Giants is
Last
good.
Rites.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's one band you haven't mentioned. I'm not going to mention it. And it's okay. But it's all right.
Is it a Dream Theater?
No, that's not it. No, it's not it. So,
I think I know.
very well known band. So, all right. So, yeah, I mean, this is what we're going to talk about today is what our favorite shows, local shows. So let's get into that now. So I want see when we there's nothing worse as a musician is going to a show and staring at other musicians in the crowd. It's kind of a standing joke, but we do support each other a lot.
It
And
can be
it's-
good and it can be bad.
Right. It's phenomenal. But so when we talk about this is the opinion from 3 musicians, so it may be different. The fans, they see things sometimes different. So, what have been our favorite live shows over the last year, recent history? And I'm talking live shows. I mean, national acts, the big time stuff. Maybe someone you've never seen, or someone you've seen many times, and they just have stepped it up a notch. Or they just put on a different type of show. They've different venue. They present themselves different. I mean, I don't go to a lot of shows, national acts. It's not as much a thing for me like it used to be. But we're going to start with Al. So over the last year, 2 years, what national acts have you seen where you thought they're just still killing it, or it's a new band and they just brought something new to the scene that you thought stood out, or that's a good of musically you really liked them, so you went and saw the show and maybe they were a big letdown, or maybe they surpassed your opinion. So give people an idea on what you're looking for when you go see live bands.
Well, I'm going to say I haven't gone to a lot of shows either, and on many kind of bigger ones.
Yeah.
But the last one that I do remember going to, which was pretty memorable, was at Chicago Theater, and it was Steve Vai and Joe Satriani.
Okay.
And
The first iteration of them together.
Yeah.
Is not their tour they're doing now? Is
not
it?
the one they're doing now.
Okay, so
but
they did
it was
together
there was
like
one
an
a
old
couple years ago.
G3 type thing.
It was
They
just
were
them
just,
two.
just
It
the
was just
two of them
two.
together.
Yeah, it was just them.
God, how did I miss that?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it's got to be good.
You could just watch them two all night. I could. That's pretty much what it was. And he played that Hydra guitar.
Oh, the whole night?
No.
Oh, okay.
First song.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he actually had it,
Yeah.
played it, and that thing is
Isn't that amazing?
crazy.
And the
Yeah.
shit that he does with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
historically, are you a Satriani camp or a Vai camp guy?
Originally was Satriani,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I started delving into that genre of the guitar players and the shredders and stuff, it was Satriani. But then obviously I discovered Vai, and I don't know. I think I'm maybe more Vai now than Satch.
You just shake your head when you watch the man play.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I give up 3 or 4 times in a measure.
So, okay, so you say you were a Satriani guy first. How many Satch shows did you go to before you saw this show? Just him.
Just him?
Either G3 or just Satch.
I think there was just Satch. I never went to a G3.
Okay.
Where they
I
had
never
them
saw
two
any.
and somebody else.
Right.
Whether it was Yngwie or Eric Johnson. I know there was
Right.
multiple iterations of that.
I kick myself in the ass every fucking day for not
Yeah.
attending one of those.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah, me too.
Petrucci did it once too, didn't he?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So so you went to Satch shows prior to that?
yeah, I think I seen him at least a couple, at least one time for sure.
Right.
It was where it was just Satch. I mean, somebody else opened, but it was just Satch. Not
It's a
Steve
Satch
Vai.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one where they were together, and of course, Satch plays, and then Vai plays, and then they play together. I mean,
I don't know about I don't get a warm fuzzy feeling from that chemistry.
no, you're not a guitar player.
But I've noticed I've been to a lot of Vai shows. All his bands with all his lead guys where he had guys who played dueling guitars and kept up to him. Guys who were in his band, Mike Keneally, Devin Townsend, these guys. And some of them he had great, I think, stage rapport with. It seems like with Satch, it's kind of like, I don't know. That's just my feeling of it. Did you think that they gelled well together live?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think by now for sure they have to. I mean, they're kind of
they're
feed
best
off
friends.
of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Cool. So
Well,
what was cool? What was cool about other than he played the Hydra guitar? If you guys don't know what that is, go back on Steve Vai's YouTube and watch his shows, or watch a clip of his show from the last year and a half when they had that guitar built,
Yeah.
and he does a couple songs and he brings out in every concert. Yeah. I've seen him twice since then. I've seen him total of probably a dozen times in small venues, larger venues.
Yeah, I've seen him at the Forge a long time
Yeah.
ago.
That was
Way back.
the best show I've ever seen by him, and the loudest.
Oh yeah.
It was phenomenal. And he always brings it. The last time I saw him, a buddy of mine and I went to Peoria, the Peoria Civic Center, or no, not Civic Center. That's too big. It was a venue smaller than that, and it was supporting his newest album. And he was more laid back. He's older now, you know. He's got the hair cut, you know. He wore the hat, but he brought that guitar out. And he played some of the fast hits. He spread it out really good, but he was still phenomenal and engaged the crowd. He engages the crowd more than now, I think, than when he did when he was younger. I've never been to a Satch show, so I don't know what to compare it to.
Yeah.
I've never been in the Satch camp. I can appreciate him as a guitar player, but his songs never did anything for me. You know. So what else? Who else? Is that the only one you've been to recently?
Other than we saw Megadeth at Tinley here.
Tinley Park.
Yeah.
That one was
The
good.
else
world,
was there?
the world tweeter, whatever.
It's Tinley Park.
It's Tinley Park.
I've come to the conclusion that I don't care what it's called. It's literally in Tinley Park. It is called Tinley Park Amphitheater.
The world.
It'll always be the world for me.
It's always be the world.
Yeah.
Got the sign
Yeah, the
still.
world. It
Still has
could
old
be
sign
the
all rusted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Midwest Bank, Hollywood
What is it now?
Casino.
Credit Union? Union
Is
Credit?
it Credit One? Credit?
Credit One, I think.
Is it Credit
Your
One?
Union One?
Yeah. Union
So it's
Credit,
not
Credit.
Midwest?
It's not even
No,
Midwest.
Midwest is
Bank no more.
folded. They were my bank. I forgot about that. Fucking Jagoffs. Yeah. So you saw Megadeth there?
Yeah, that was kind of recent. Megadeth and like Lamb of God. maybe?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Some heavy duty stuff. What'd you think of that show?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
You thought?
I like
Did you
that,
think
yeah.
Megadeth was, as a live show, was adequate though?
Yeah.
Really?
At that time, at that point, they were good. They had who was the guitar player? Kiko.
Kiko. I think it was
yeah.
Kiko.
Oh, he's fucking,
another
he's
killer guitar
killer.
player. Yeah.
That dude's killer.
And yeah, it's. I think even Mustaine is still,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
good. And
What do you think of his new album?
the newest one,
Hmm.
it's all right. I like Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
I like the way that turned out.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I traveled to as a I think it was the anniversary gift from my wife, my first wife. She took me to Vegas for Iron Maiden and Mandalay Bay, and Megadeth opened up for them.
Yep.
And I had never seen Megadeth before, so I was excited. I'm kind of a new Megadeth fan. In the last 10 years, I've warmed up to them. I obviously like listening to their music. But live, I got up and got a hot dog. It wasn't much to watch. But maybe because they're opening for Maiden. I don't know what it is.
Might have had a bad day. I seen him one time in Tinley Park here when Godsmack opened up for him.
But they
Godsmack blew him away.
Yeah. They're not a mobile, energetic band. They do play the songs well live, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Megadeth sounds awesome live.
Yeah.
But it's not a
They're
show.
just shredders.
Different members.
It's all about shred, I think. with
It is.
Different
Megadeth.
members every tour.
Their ability to
You know?
play that way.
Yeah. Right. Godsmack boom away, huh?
Yeah, Godsmack played better than him.
Really?
Yeah. They were just on. Godsmack was on that night.
Huh. Interesting. Now, see, that's why we have Johnny here for these.
Set you straight.
Yes, yeah, these perspectives that I don't agree with. I'm not a Godsmack guy, but that's all right. All right, Gary, you're next. You're
To most, like everyone else has said in
recent-
the room, I
recent.
don't really go to a lot of shows anymore, so this is one of the last few years.
oh, Debbie drags your ass out once in a while.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
she?
more local bands than national
Right,
bands.
right.
But we are excited. We're going to go to Louder Than Life.
What is that?
It's a big festival. Maiden's headlining, and Anthrax, I think, and Megadeth, and Alice Cooper are playing on the first night. We're just going to go down there.
Where is it?
It's in Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be much improved over the last couple times they've done this festival. So we're kind of going to go and check it out.
Have you been there before?
Never.
Okay. You were doing something the last couple of years near Gatlinburg or something. Pigeon
Well, we go to
Forge?
Gatlinburg just to get away, but
Oh.
we went to Welcome to Rockville.
Okay, that's
that
what it
was
was.
a fiasco.
Yeah.
$10
So what
for
have you
butt-
seen in the
The
last
most,
year to 2 years?
Couple years, I think the best show that I have seen is probably Merciful Fate a couple years ago at the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, big comeback.
They
show,
were
right?
the production, the band. They were just totally on. They had I think Creator was the support band.
Oh, really?
It was a heavy show for me. I'm not heavy, but heavy enough for me. But I was never got to see Merciful Fate ever.
Yeah.
I always see the pictures when King Diamond tours, and he's got the haunted mansion, and the production just seems out of this world. So that's kind of what drug me in. And
if the musicianship brings it,
oh yeah,
it makes the visual worthwhile.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
not everyone's going to be, Iron
Yeah.
Maiden, but you that's what you aspire to as
Right.
a lot of them say that too.
Yeah, and the only other show that was fairly recently, I went with a couple buddies up to Yokata, and we saw Mr. Big. They were playing
Oh yeah.
Lean Into It in its entirety.
Really? Recently?
Within the last year or so. And just Paul Gilbert and Billy Sheehan's musicianship, and, the guy's voice was still in top form, so it was a good show.
Really?
Yeah.
Eric. What's his last name? Is it Eric Martin?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great singer. So back to King Diamond, Merciful Fate. So had you seen them prior to the show? No. So this is your first time.
Yeah, it was on my bucket list. I was supposed to see him way back in the day around Halloween time, and plans fell through. So this was the first time I got to see him, and I wasn't disappointed.
It was like his rebirth and resurgence, but then it seemed like it died off right away.
Yeah, I think he did a tour not too long ago that wasn't really selling too well.
Oh, really?
Ended up canceling some shows, but that could be anything.
Has he put out new music in support of, or those shows?
I think he leans towards more doing King Diamond stuff than Merciful stuff. So, yeah, I'm not really up to date on what's new and out with him now.
Just a side note, I've threatened to do a Merciful Fate song in Hard Rock Radio, so negotiations are still going on in that. So
we're going to have to get some helium.
So since Gary won't let me do Steelheart anymore, he's banned me from Steelheart. I'm going to have to find something more extreme to challenge the audience's ears and Gary's nerves. So I haven't picked it out yet.
Going to have to find the right Merciful Fate sing-along.
Yes. So if anyone would like to submit ideas on Facebook for that, I'll look at those comments, but that should be fun. So, no, I do not use helium, but I will do my best impersonation of King Diamond. So that's it? Nothing else you want to bring to the table on that?
I saw Sammy doing the Best of Both Worlds thing a couple summers ago at the World.
Oh, really?
World.
The World.
Yeah, I was at that one too.
That was a good show.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought the band was really
that?
good.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Were you a Sammy fan way back in the day, Al?
No, not really.
I was huge.
Yeah.
I love Sammy Hagar.
I like him. I love it.
I'll
his go back in time.
His old soul stuff.
Yeah.
So who was in the band for that one? That was that
Satriani
Mike
playing?
Yeah, Satch played.
Oh, so was Michael Anthony and Satch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't remember.
Was it Bonham on drums? He had Bonham for a while.
What's the guy's name that used to play in Mellencamp? I think it might have been him.
Kenny
Arnott?
Arnott? The guy who's in their band now?
I think it was so. 'Cause I don't think it was Jason Bonham.
Oh, I thought he was a couple years ago. I thought
Yeah,
Kenny
He
is the new guy.
because he was that. He was at that Rib Fest that Danny used to run.
Oh, yeah.
Naperville.
Yeah.
Was it Naperville Rib Fest?
Yeah.
When they had a big stage with pretty big bands. That same line, well, minus Satch. It was
right,
and John Bonham was there, or
Jason Bonham. Yeah, he was the guy that.
I don't remember.
That was a good show.
Yeah, but I think he got busy or doing something else, something. But they got that Kenny Arnell, whatever his name is now. That's who's touring with him now. That guy's a monster too.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched a little video of a recent show from last week. It was pretty good. I mean, Sammy, he's getting old.
Yeah.
He's vocally, he doesn't have what he had. So, I mean, that's kind of a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. I mean,
David Roth, same age. So who would you rather go see?
Oh, God.
Please don't. You can't put him in the same category.
There we go. The first showdown. Sammy or David Lee Roth.
But
now,
so listen, a guy like David Lee Roth needs the money, so I can understand why he's doing it. It's a shame he does not have what he had. What he brought to the table back in the day was his youth. Okay, Sammy Hagar brought vocal quality, okay, and style. And when that, trust me, Sammy Hagar does not need money. The guy's ventures, everything he touches turns to gold. His tequila business and the Cabo, I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
I think he sold it off. I'm not sure.
Okay. How much?
Still,
what do you think that check was worth? Yeah. He doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my point.
Yeah.
So when the voice and all that starts happening, it's something that kind of sticks in my craw. Some of these guys, they get older. I have the same complaint about all my favorite bands, Iron Maiden included. There's nothing wrong with retirement.
Yeah, some people just stay at the party too long.
Right.
You gotta know when to get out.
Right. And there's a lot of them on the national scene that are doing that.
Yeah.
Don Dokken retired. He was another.
I thought they were planning more stuff. I thought I saw
I heard
they
he
were planning more
retired.
stuff.
Last year. Yeah.
Okay. And Halford announced his retirement, and as soon as he announced it, they said he's going to come out and do more shows this summer.
Oh, yeah, it's just like Megadeth. That's their final tour, but the tour's going to last forever.
Yeah,
3 years.
As long as the wine's selling, he'll stay away.
Yeah.
Never ending.
Yeah. Halford is, he's a little bit older than a lot of these guys. He does not have what he had. If you grew up listening to all the big Judas Priest albums and you go to see Judas Priest now, it's not the same guy. The guy
He actually is holding up pretty good. I did remember going to see Judas Priest and Alice Cooper this year.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought Alice Cooper has still got a remarkable amount of his voice left. He's very
right,
good.
but he
he's not
sang different.
He's not that same type of singer as
Right.
Halford, obviously.
Yes.
Rob Halford is obviously more challenging to sing.
Right.
And Alice Cooper's better in a smaller venue, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that the theatrics kind of play a bigger role in a smaller venue?
Yeah.
There's, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. It seems like he's designed for a stadium show, but I don't know. I've only seen him in
the same thing because of the theatrics and the stage show that it would need to be bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen him on the big stage, but I never thought about that. But that would be kind of cool. I'm not a huge Alice Cooper fan, but he's always got great musicians.
Oh yeah.
Anyone else you like to add?
That's about it for now.
Okay,
I remember one I forgot.
go ahead.
Amane Marth.
What?
Amane Marth.
I always want to see them.
I just saw them.
Never heard of him.
It was just
They're like Viking metal, sort of.
Yeah, they're probably what you would say
Viking metal.
They're what
Not
you would call
familiar.
Cookie Monster.
Oh, okay.
Vocal wise, but
They're
it's
growlers.
they're growlers.
Yeah.
a little
But
bit of
the
a
music
melodic
is
growl.
Pretty cool though.
And the music is cool and heavy, melodic, heavy.
And their fans, when they're in the audience, they act like they're rowing a boat. Like
No
the
way.
Vikings. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
look
a
that
thing.
up.
It's
Okay.
a thing.
You gotta
I'm
look
gonna
that
go
up.
down.
Check out a YouTube video.
I'm
of it.
gonna go down a YouTube rabbit hole. You have to text me the name of the band because I've already forgot it.
When they play a certain song, you'll just see all the people line up. and start
Everyone
sitting
rows.
down, and then more people will join in, and they're all going.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Fear of the Dark chant, but
It's
they're
like a whole
rowing.
different
Yep.
take on the mosh pit.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
yeah,
when
it's
that happens.
pretty cool.
Where are they from? Are they the typical Nordic
Yeah, they're
growlers?
from Norway.
Yeah.
I think they are from
They're in
Norway.
that vicinity.
up there.
Something like that. Yeah.
Great
European.
White North
Yep.
to the east.
Yeah.
Wow. And where did you see them?
That was in Tinley.
Oh, in Tinley.
Yeah.
At the
It's my
World.
favorite place.
The Tinley World. Well, it's literally what?
Close by.
55 minutes from your
Yeah,
house?
yeah. So
Okay. All right, so I guess it's my turn. Let's see. I haven't seen very many shows recently. I have plans to go to some shows this year, but I'll start with the oldest one. About a year and a half ago or so, I'd never seen Shinedown. I like, for the most part, I enjoy their music. I like, Brent's voice, obviously. But I was intrigued on how they would pull it off live. And they're a band that uses tracks and all that. But let me tell you, it was at Hard Rock in Gary. It was one of the most professionally executed live performances I've ever seen. It was phenomenal. I was blown away. He doesn't sing everything live like he does in the albums. I know he's had vocal issues and surgeries and everything, but a lot of us have had that. But the band execution and the production was everything. The lighting, I mean, everything. It was they brought it. It was very impressive, and it was a very enjoyable show. I was totally into it. And that was at that in that venue. The sound in that place. Have you guys been to that Hard Rock in Gary?
Yep.
What'd you think of the sound?
That's where I saw Merciful Fate. It sounded awesome.
Freaking unbelievable.
Yep.
They've got that room dialed in. So if anyone comes across shows, even if it's like a band that maybe it's not, your top 5 favorite band or whatever, and you get a chance, you get some time to go to that venue and see a show of any artist, of any type of music, they've got that room dialed in. It was phenomenal. Unfortunately, it's general standing room, and it's a long, deep room. Us short guys have a little trouble seeing. I was in the back, but, I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and, but we had a great time. We could see most of the show. It was phenomenal. So kudos to Shine Down. Very professional band. Because, we've all heard nightmares when you start using tracks and stuff, and bands that dabble in that, it doesn't always work. Queensryche has always been good at that, but not a lot of bands, especially in the metal scene, have been able to execute that. I've heard flubs even from bands like from Iron Maiden and stuff. You can you can pick it up, and then if you watch a video, you hear things. But they nailed it, and the lighting and lasers and fire, everything was awesome. So then the most recent show I went to is I did catch Dream Theater on their little, the 40th anniversary. I know they're touring now, but their new album, but I'm a big Dream Theater fan. I was excited to see Mike Portnoy come back. And I had, my support of them had waned, not because of Mike Mangini or anything like that, but because I just don't think they were writing good albums. Math rock is one thing, but if the singer doesn't bring it and write good, not only lyrics, but vocal melodies, they got away from writing good songs.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to support them. I listen to the album, I'll give it the first listen. If I don't like it, I won't freaking download it or buy it or anything. So I had gotten away from the last two or three tours from Dream Theater, but we went and saw them this time. Great song list. They played 1 or 2 songs off the new album, which was cool. James LaBrie sounded respectable. He seems to be fairly healthy. It was great seeing Portnoy. It was a great show. They executed. They don't seem to be, missing a step. So, and I may try and go and see him again this year if I can. And as I'm planning, I'm also an Alter Bridge fan. They're going to be at the Salt Shed like very soon, like a month or 2 or 2 months. I've never been to Salt Shed. So if
I didn't
anyone
realize where it was till we were driving home from Nevin's party the other night.
Oh,
and we saw it right from the
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of shows advertised
It's
there.
supposed to be a party room, man. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Have you been there?
No, I'd like to
Have
go
you
there
been
too.
there?
No, I've been
Yeah,
past there though.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of non-rock acts.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I've heard. Like
So-
some reggae acts and stuff.
They've had a little bit of everything. So the fact that Alter Bridge is going to be there,
Yeah, that would be a nice one.
that I might check that out. Who else have I seen recently? I saw Vi on his latest tour by himself. Phenomenal. He'll always be my favorite musician and guitar player. I'm a huge Vi guy. I don't know. Maine's coming around again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if I'll go. Not a
I'm
fan.
thinking
Not a
it's
fan of the new album.
Very well could be their last tour, and
It could be.
because they're playing these classic bangers, that's the only reason to go see them now.
Is that the spin? They're planning to play the classics?
Yes. First 8 albums or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, doing all the long songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to make that then, because the new album sucks.
Yeah, that's a definite a valid comment
Yeah,
among
see,
a lot of
all
Maiden
right.
fans.
Coming from Mr. Ingram. That holds some weight.
Let's not talk about Steve Harris's formula for writing a song.
So, is there any big bands that you'd like to add more to the conversation, or are you out of?
Yeah,
because Made in Chicago plays so often, you're probably worn out.
Seen Judas Priest with Alice Cooper.
When was that?
Was it July, August, Gary? September?
Something like that.
Tinley Park. Sunday.
Oh yeah, Tinley Park again.
Yeah, it was a sunny night. He tore it up. Both of them did good.
Really?
Alice Cooper did great.
Yeah,
really.
For his age, he held it up pretty good. Priest did good. Played old classic hits.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Priest in the recent years, not the last time they came around, but now I can say I've seen them. I'm a Priest fan, but it's not something that it's not something I'm going to look forward to in the future, because I think, and it's just my opinion. Again, maybe
we're getting older.
We're all getting older. I know what I go through vocally to get ready for a show or recording. I can't imagine being a professional. I would never be cut out for it. Probably don't have the patience for it too. But yeah, physically as a singer, it's very demanding. I can't imagine singing Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, King Diamond.
You have to be like Metallica. They got their own personal trainers for every show. They
Metallica,
got that whole, regimented thing going.
Much different vocal vein.
Yeah,
it's like the Godsmack thing. And the Alice Cooper, the comment I was making about, he's singing a different style that's very, it's a natural male voice style. Okay. Sammy Hagar, for the most part, yes, but then there's Sammy Hagar in his prime, and when he really pushed the envelope in Van Halen for a couple albums. You can't do that at 70 years old. 70. How old is Halford now? 76 or something?
75.
Not older.
Like
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bruce Dickinson's in his 60s. Alice Cooper's, I think, he's 80, isn't he? Or 78?
He's in his mid-70s.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. The appearance is one thing. I mean, a lot of us, we grew up on these bands, so we don't care. And we say, oh, it's good that he's still out there. I don't know, man. I know metal and rock it's not just a young man's game. I understand that, but for my own personal thing, there's nothing wrong with being Nico McBrain. Have your rib restaurant on the beach in Florida and kick back and that and go to the World of Wheels. So, all right. So our next topic is. Local shows, local venues, local bands, original or cover bands or tribute bands that we've seen recently or historically that these people always bring it. What have been our favorites recently? Maybe it was The Room. They just killed it, like at Bourbon Street, or they killed it at J.J. Kelly. Whatever that. There's a dynamic usually makes that. The band is on. The singer was on. They got new guitarist. Whatever. They'd never played this venue before, and they brought it. The crowd was into it. So local bands, and we're not taking favorites to our friends or non-friends. And don't read into this anything more than just it's personal preference of like, hey, that band was hot. There's nights where I've been on stage, recently with Hard Rock Radio and Made in Chicago. When I got sick, I had to fill in both spots. For some reason, physically, my voice was not accessible for Hard Rock Radio, and I feel bad about that. And then for Made in Chicago, it seemed like I got it worked out physically and mechanically to where I could sing the Bruce stuff. So, it wasn't even close to my best show. It was probably the weakest show I've ever had for Hard Rock Radio. But sometimes that happens. But sometimes bands just nail it and you're like, wow. I'm glad they still got it, that type of thing. So, Al, you start us off.
Well, I guess I could say I've been impressed recently with Wild Child.
Wild Child.
Yeah.
Jake's band. One of Jake's bands.
The Wasp. We seen him a while ago when we played with them at Bourbon. And then we just played with them at JMO's. And the Wasp thing, which I've always been a big Wasp fan from way back. But I've never seen a tribute. If there was one, I never seen it till this one. And that is definitely a stylistic vocal that he nails.
Right.
Yeah.
Very perfectly, I think, and at JMO's, he didn't get his theatrical. At Bourbon Street, he had the blood and everything going, which just adds to it. Oh yeah, he's got the pile of skulls.
I've seen him a couple times do it. I haven't seen him recently.
Yeah.
So, how do you contrast that to his Skid Row thing and a Sebastian Bach voice? Do you think he's better suited? Do you find it's more natural for him to do the Wasp vocal?
To me, it does, but I think I just like that better.
Okay.
He does great on all of it.
Yeah, right.
He's just all
very
around
talented
singer.
dude.
Yeah, he kills all of that to be able to do it. And that night he did both bands too. He did Wasp and the.
So which one did he do first?
Wasp.
So his voice was fresher.
Yeah.
Jake, a little advice, buddy. Don't do that. Don't do those two together in the same night.
Well, he pulled it off.
He does. He pulled it off.
It's hard on the voice. You're gonna shorten. You only got so many bullets in the gun, as they say. So you might want to spread those out a little more. Just a little advice. I know you're a lot younger than us, but I saw some video from that night. He did really well.
Yeah.
But I agree. He kills the Wasp thing.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. He's in his personality. He brings it. He brings it live every time, and the band's good and the whole shot.
Oh yeah.
So what else? You got another one for us?
Another one. Local. I really dig, and we'll probably talk about them more. So, Rising Fall.
Yeah.
I
original band,
and I listened to the recordings. Obviously.
Yes.
Online, and it's all produced well. Songs are good. Written well. I mean, you've mentioned it before, and we'll probably play some. But that's definitely another one that it sticks out.
Yeah.
From a lot of stuff right now.
They play the songs well live.
Yeah.
Cool. Go see the Rising Fall. Support your local original music. The Rising Fall, former member of Hard Rock Radio, Steve. That's his band.
I think they're playing J.J. Kelly's.
Yep. Coming up.
April 24th, 25th.
25th, yeah.
25th.
We were talking about that one last time, and
Yeah.
Yep. Fierce Atmospheres is playing too with that one, and then
Eric's band.
Eric's band. Forgot the other original bands.
Metalation?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah, they're a cover band.
Yep.
Who's in that band?
This guy Ray that we know used to be in Eden's Fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, your turn.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention Al's Queensryche band because
there it is.
this is like our
Don't
go-to.
say his Queensryche band. Say the name of the
Operation
band.
Empire.
There we go. Thank you.
So, that's our go-to when we want to see a good band play great music. Me and Debbie always agree on that one. It's like, okay, we can do that. Yeah.
Is she a big Queensryche fan? Is she always?
She's a fan of the musicianship, I think.
Oh, okay.
Of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we keep mentioning Rising Fall, but they did a show at Kelly's a while ago with Sacred Dawn, and that was just a killer night of original music. Lothar was, in Sacred Dawn, and he's just a badass.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So that was a good night.
Was there other bands, or was just
there was
those
one
two?
other band? Al's Ripka's had an original band.
That was his core Manifold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, since the mention of them, I went and checked some of their stuff out. Very good band.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have to figure out how to get in contact with those guys and get some information from them and get them involved to talk about it. We'll talk about it on the podcast. I need more information, though. So you guys that have original bands, I'm going to say this for the 10 millionth time, reach out to the podcast, okay? Either one of us individually on Facebook, or you can send us now an email, you want EP kits or whatever they call them now. send me an email, tmopmail@gmail.com. We want to push original bands. We don't care where you're from. We, South Side, North Side, City, Sussex, Wisconsin. I don't give a shit. The idea is that we push and help each other, and we talk about it and get it out there, because the only way that original music makes it is if people show up to the shows, because you're not making a whole lot of money, any money on your releases. You're losing money by recording in a studio. We all know how the music business works now. If you can get people to shows, you can sell merch, you got a shot. So we want to help you guys out. And they're a good band, along with all our friends that have original bands. Mm-hmm. So, all right, who else? Anyone else blow you away recently?
I'm really sticking out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. So, I mentioned this before, probably on maybe the first episode. So recently at JMO's, there was that night of Yet Again, and who else?
Midnight Calls.
Midnight Calls, and then Chip's band. Enough's Enough was the headliner. But seeing those two bands, the first two opening bands, Midnight Calls and Yet Again, was probably the second or third time I've seen them. But them together, and everyone brought it. They had new music. The new music were, kick-ass songs, written songs. I now have them in rotation on streaming when I, my workout stream. So on both those bands, just really good. They've stepped it up. They both, I think, had some lineup changes. They're great bands. That I thoroughly enjoyed that night. Not only because, I enjoy seeing my friends play anyway, but even if I didn't know anyone in the band, they were great bands. They sounded good. I think Mikey was handling sound that night, and he always does a great job. The songwriting's good. The performance is excellent. The crowd was engaged. It was just an awesome night. So that was a highlight for me. There's another thing I want to mention. It's kind of off the beaten path. I know we don't talk about country music, but my girlfriend likes country music, and I'll tolerate a very little bit. I'm a big Zac Brown, Chris Stapleton fan, all right? But that's strictly songwriting, vocal thing. It's not because it's country music, and neither one of those guys, they dabble in other things anyway. But I recently came across an advertisement for this Icons of Country. You guys heard of this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Never heard of it. Didn't know anything about the product. I call it a product because that's, just the way I look at things. But, and they were at Corrigan's. Kathy and I were looking for something to do. I wanted, because I drag her to all these metal shows, and she puts up with my shit as a performer and a singer, and, my rituals, and, whatever I am after a show, I'm coming down, and I'm tired, I'm cramped up. And she's always there for me. So I'm like, I want to take her to a show. So I saw this, and I'm like, you want to go to this? She goes, oh, yeah, it's cool. So we go to this thing. And I was blown away. The woman that's real big now, she came from Yellowstone. I can't remember her name. I should write down their names. And I'm like, again, you guys, you know me. No. I'm not a country guy. She opened the show. It was a little bit older woman, but the band, they nailed the songs. I knew some of the songs. Kathy knew the songs. She didn't sound like her, but she presented the songs properly. She was a great singer. She nailed it. They had backing tracks for some violin stuff and keys and piano stuff that is in country music. Because the band was a bass player, guitar player, and then a drummer. That's it. So then the second guy was the knucklehead with the low cowboy hat. He's kind of a boring guy in my opinion. As Trump would say, low energy. He's just low energy. But he did it well. And then the third person in the same band, they just changed frontman. The third guy coming out was a Zac Brown guy. And I'm like, All right, let's hear this because I am a Zac Brown fan. I know most of his music. I think he's one of the premier songwriters of our generation. It's hard to deny that. The man can write a fucking song, you know. In his band, I've seen him live. I saw him at what do you call it? The whatever the thing downtown, the Windy City Smokeout. He was phenomenal. Okay, he's the only country guy that's gonna pull out a Slayer song, an Iron Maiden song. He wears an Iron Maiden T-shirt when he performs. I mean, he's loved by all musicians, and he's respected because his songwriting is second to none. I mean, I don't consider him country music. I think he's a great songwriter. It's like when I talk about Steve Vai, Steve Vai is my favorite guitar player. I think he's probably the greatest guitar player technically or whatever, you know. I mean, innovative of our generation. But he's a songwriter. And if you listen to an album like Fire Garden, you just shake your head at the innovative songwriting. He does everything, you know. So it's the same type of thing. I mean, I respect great musicianship. You can have all that old style country music stuff, the hee-haw stuff that my parents listened to. I couldn't stand it. You know, I mean, if I appreciated it, I would have found an appreciation and liking for it growing up, like I did the Beatles and Zeppelin, and some of the top 40 stuff that was big. You know, but Zac Brown brings something completely different. So I expect when a guy walks on stage with an acoustic guitar, he looks a little older. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a train wreck. The guy fucking brought it. I mean, nailed it. Knew the songs, sang really well, played the guitar. You know, the crowd was engaged. There wasn't a big crowd. I think it was about the same size crowd when we played with Black in there. It wasn't a big crowd. It was a Friday night or Saturday night, I don't know, which is strange because I think Corrigan's, you know, they got a pretty good venue there. That back room is cool to go to, and you know the band sound decent.
When I think of country, I just think of Roy Clark shredding and fucking Chet Atkins. They were just monster shredders before
they were shredders.
It was cool to say that, you know.
Right, and to go something and experience something like that would have been something memorable.
Right, and
then they got into when the country music producers figured out that Bon Jovi was selling all these albums, they grabbed his formula for songwriting and they applied it to country music, and that's, you know, country music is changing a little bit now, but again, it was so shout out to Icons of Country. They're doing other things. They're doing now. The next one I saw advertised has an Eric Church guy. I am not an Eric Church guy. You know, he opened his mouth about politics one day, and I never would give him any credit after that. So,
sounds like a country version of. There's a band called Hairball that basically does the same thing.
Very similar
with hair bands and rock bands, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah,
they have different singers come out emulating different people.
Right.
Yeah, and
that product is pretty successful.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times. They put on a good show.
Yeah. So that's something. Those of you who are looking for something different and like some of the modern country, you know, check out the Icons of Country and check out Hairball if you like that, because you're going to get a wide variety of music from a genre or an era.
Yeah.
That you don't normally
not 3
get.
Hours of one band like some people.
It's not as impressive as hard rock radio, of course, but I mean, you know.
You know who's in that Icons of Country now? The
Hugo.
Drummer?
Hugo just got recruited.
He just got
and shout out to Hugo, phenomenal drummer, good guy. So, you know, congratulations to him for getting on that gig. You know, that's going to be. I think that's going to be I don't know how long they've been doing it. You know, it seems fairly new to me, so I think it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about doing something like that in the metal thing a few years ago. I never got it off the ground, but so you never know. So I saw Symphony X. They were at the Forge recently, my favorite band, and they fucking brought it, man. I wish they deserve bigger venues. I mean, let's be honest. Those guys, they're they smoke.
Yeah, I seen him there, but it was a long time ago. I didn't go to that recent
right.
one. I seen him there a long time ago. And, yeah, definitely.
Russell Allen's. I got to meet Russell Allen finally, and I got to meet Michael Romeo. A friend of mine, Walter Murphy, bought a guitar from Michael Romeo. So Walter and I had dinner, and then he's texting with Michael Romeo. I'm like, "You're kidding me?" He goes, "Oh yeah, we've been friends since a long time."
Walter's got all the connections.
Yeah, and I'm like, I about spit out my appetizer. I'm like, "You're kidding?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm buying a guitar from him tonight." So he tells me the story, and I'm like, it's funny. I just walked from my car, past the alley where we all hang out behind the forge, coming out of the kitchen. And I see Russell Allen because he's the tallest motherfucker in the room usually. And I see him, he's got sunglasses, hat. And I'm wearing a Symphony X, the 25th anniversary, collared shirt. So I'm by myself, so I figured I'm safe. So I walk up between the vehicles towards Russell Allen. He doesn't see me, but I stop, and in between one of their Hallmark trailers and a minivan, Michael Romeo does one of these, around the corner, and he just looks at me, and I was totally busted. I go, "Hey, I just wanted to come see if I could shake, Russell Allen's hand because I'm a singer and he's my favorite singer." And Michael Romeo walks out between these cars to me and stood there and talked to me for 20 minutes. Like I was like his, like, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah, blah, blah. Just the coolest guy. So then I said, "Well, I'm going to shake Russell's hand." He goes, "Hey, Russ, come here. This guy wants," and he walks over and he shakes my hand. And it was very cool. So then after dinner, Walter and Michael Romeo decide that they're going to exchange this guitar or whatever, And so right before the show, we walked back to the store, the backstage area, and Michael Romeo stood there and talked to me, Walter Murphy, and his son for like 30, 35 minutes.
Nice.
Wow.
He didn't have to do that. This is right before Misfire took the stage. I didn't know their Sun Antarctica was supposed to be the opening band. The singer got sick, blah blah blah. No, they didn't know this. So Kaz comes walking out the door, and he sticks his head out. He goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was in a band with this guy, and he's in Misfire. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "Oh, we're opening." I'm like, "You're kidding." So I got to see them perform. Again, but they opened for Symphony X. It was a killer night. Russell Allen, man, that dude. If nothing else, if you're not a Symphony X fan, but you appreciate someone with a freaking gift, other than Mike, everyone in the band,
Yeah.
Jason, one of the most underrated freaking drummers on the planet. The whole band smokes. But listening to Russell Allen sing and the way he improvises, they do this blues thing or soul thing in between songs. It's freaking phenomenal, and he just nails it. The guy's.
He's definitely one of my favorite singers that has done the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I think he's very convincing. Whatever songs they chose for him, it works.
He's a true professional. So you should just all go witness Symphony X. Okay. The other thing we were going to talk about. Was Al mentioned is this all of a sudden the resurgence or surge of people, with their semi-professional amateur photography and videotaping of our local bands. And there's a couple guys that I noticed. So recently I did that thing for Scott Davidson. I filled in Judas Rising for his birthday. And then this guy, Jim, how do you pronounce that last name?
I might call him Northside Jim.
Yeah, they call him Big Jim.
Mazarek or
Jim, it's Master Lars.
Yeah.
I think something like Jim Master Lars.
Okay. So he puts out a ton of videos, and he does clips, and then he does, he'll add stuff to it. Like he took out a lot of solos from Judas Rising and Heaven and Hell, and little things that he close-ups, and he'll re-put. So he's trying to make a name for himself as far as video. Yeah. And I don't know if he's doing it with his phone. I don't know if he's got one of these cameras. And then there's that Diego guy.
Yeah.
Diego rocks.
Diego Perez. Yeah.
So
Diego
who else?
rocks.
What else? Fill us in on this, Al. What have you noticed in this scene?
Nothing. I've just seen because, and like I said before, I'm big into YouTube. So these guys I've seen out there recording, and they're putting out videos, and they're also on Facebook and stuff. But they're directing you to their actual YouTube, which is what we're trying to do as well.
Right.
And they're just doing a real good job. And you go out all the time, and you'll see people with their phones. But what are they doing with them? I don't know.
There was a dude in my face at Nev's party with. I mean, the phone was literally a foot from my face. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah. I mean, everybody shoots it, but how many people are actually doing something with that? And that's that's what kind of impressed me. Big Jim.
So these guys are making content.
They're making content. Diego is one. There's another guy from. He's actually from Wisconsin. Travis Steffen.
Oh yeah.
He's come down. He's actually come all the way down to like Bourbon Street just to record us, and then go back to Wisconsin. I think he was at
record who? Made in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think he was at JMO's live also.
Okay.
But he was also recording at JMO's the day we were there to see Midnight Calls and Yet Again. He was.
Why haven't I seen his stuff?
So you're not on YouTube. You're not a YouTuber.
I am a YouTuber.
Oh. I don't know. I see them all. So I'm going to link them in our description. I'll throw a link to all of these particular YouTubers that I've seen that I'm impressed with what they're doing with video. Like we said before, I have mine, Band Spy.
I forgot that. You're one too.
Yeah.
Band Spy, dude, yours is very cool. I love the logo. I love the craft. But, I mean, it'd be cool if you got more content,
Yeah.
I think you need Hard Rock Radio on Band Spy.
The newest version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The new version, with me, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do it.
And we'll get John Guzman. We'll do a exclusive interview.
Okay.
He can be like your man on the street. What do you think?
I think that
would
would
microphone
work.
in one hand, Coors Light in the other.
Heavy metal Nick Shirley.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Get him a gray hoodie.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, John?
Interview the crowd outside the Forge.
See, we're making up jobs for you.
Well, if you look at Travis Steffens, he's actually all over, obviously because he's in Wisconsin. So he's got a huge selection. And it's not just rock, it's not just metal. It's, he's got country, he's got all kinds of, he's probably got one of the biggest selections.
Okay.
So
this guy that took photos of Made Chicago last show.
Oh, Roland.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
And he's done it a few times.
Yes.
That guy takes exceptional photos.
He's very good.
Okay. So he just does that on his own? Or
Well, he does it for every band that, chooses to work with him.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
He's done quite a few shows for us and always great shots.
if you want,
shout out to him because
Yeah.
his photos are really good.
yeah. I mean, he gets paid. So, I mean, he's doing it professionally.
He's getting paid.
Yeah.
That's I
I mean,
wanna,
he
I didn't
came
wanna
out.
go
He
down
came
that
out to Q Bar because it was close to his house.
Mm-hmm.
He knows us. He had a new camera he wanted to try out.
So you guys
He's all
throw him
top
some money
pro.
and that's
so
it.
he just shot it. But we've hired him before.
Okay.
At the Forge, and other people have hired him. So he's not just doing it completely for free.
Yeah, shout
he's a
out to
pro.
you guys, you photo video guys. Send us your info. We'll talk about it on the podcast. If you want to advertise or, we're not doing paid advertising yet. I mean, someday we may do that. So, I mean, we want allies in this. So, Al brought that up and I thought it was a good point. Some people are going to be naturally good at that, and some of them are just going to do it for fun and, they'll post it on Facebook and then, but guys who create YouTube channels and are trying to come up with content, work on that because, that's there's not enough video evidence of what we do around here. I have some friends of mine in the past used to sneak their cameras in to, big acts and take photos, but, there's not a lot of that happening anymore either.
Yeah, when I'm looking around on YouTube for a cover of a song or I'm trying to learn something, I want to see how someone's playing it, I'll get videos of bands, and it may be some band way out of state, but somebody is recording it on a semi-professional level. Like
look
guys.
at these bands, these tribute bands out of Brazil.
Oh.
The main one in the isn't there the Dream Theater one? Aren't they out of Colombia or Brazil too?
I'm not
Phenomenal professional video and recording.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a high-end
Well, that
digital recording.
Brazilian Maiden tribute.
Yeah, those guys are brutal.
They got to be
playing with
bankrolled
orchestras and
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
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 Big
But I
productions.
mean, they've created media content. Is my point.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a great band, and they're brought to the masses, you know, because of that. Because you know they took the time and hired professional people, and you know, and that's what we could create around here. We don't really have anyone like that around here.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I know that you know some of these bands they're backed by the main band. I think it was City of Evil. Someone made mention on Facebook that Avenged Sevenfold, the M Shadows, or someone contacted us. You know, have at it, man. How can we help you? You know, I mean, they're backing them.
Yeah.
You know, that's very cool. And I think they were asked to do a show prior to the recent Avenged Sevenfold
there was
show.
one of those bands that was playing the Cubby Bear, and the guy walked in from the actual band and got on stage and did a song.
That
with
might
them.
have been a different, you know,
Yeah.
situation, but I know I'm just reading off stuff that was on Facebook. You know, I don't know of any other Avenged Sevenfold bands locally than City Evil. Another band I want to go see soon. I've never seen them. I'm intrigued by a Avenged Sevenfold tribute band. You guys should reach out to us. Maybe we'll get you on the podcast, be a guest or something, talk about it. We do Avenged Sevenfold songs in hard rock radio. I'm a fan, man. I love their music. So anyone there? Last thing I want to ask is, we don't all go to all the fests, but what was the best fest last year? Something that people can put on their calendars for this year. You know, who had the best fest, the best stage, the best list of bands? Who should I be putting on my calendar for this year, Johnny Guzman?
Maybe Summer Madness is about the only one I know. It used to be Oak Fest.
Oakfest was good for a couple of
Good.
years because they started doing different types of bands.
Are
It
they
wasn't
still
just the
doing
same
it?
bands.
No.
Oh, well, they're not doing it then.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
last year, what was the best fest were you impressed? What was your favorite, you know?
probably Summer Madness was like the only one, I think.
Really? The
I
J.J.
think,
Kellys.
yeah.
Well, that's always a good one because all our friends are playing.
That's about it.
Okay. Al, how about you? You been to any fest last year that you want to put on your calendar for this year? You know that they're stepping it up? You're not a fest guy?
No. Yeah.
Now that Danny's out of the carnival business, we don't go to
Yeah. I
any
used
of
to like
these.
going to the Rib Fest in Naperville
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was probably
fun.
one of the
They don't
better
do
ones
that anymore.
around for a while. You know, that and Oak Fest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, Oak Fest was huge.
I like the we go to the Frankfurt Fest, but that's not all the way until September. The Fall Fest.
Yeah, that's fine.
That one's always a good one.
That's
Good
who
time.
plays in that? Who's
It's mostly like the local pop
fest
type,
bands?
fest band.
Who's your favorite fest band?
You know, the one that we saw one time there was that Queen and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Queen, what is it?
Yeah.
Radio Gaga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
that
good.
one was good.
I've seen that. That is good.
Yep, that was one of the best ones there.
Cool.
So.
Gary, what's your
So,
go-to
for
fest?
like local bands, I always have a blast at Tribute Island. I just love
You
to
like
hang
Tribute
at
Island?
Kenosha, and it's just laid back and it's cool. And there's always a band playing wherever you go, so it's just a fun time.
Right, multiple stages.
Yeah, probably 5 stages at least.
Really? They're up to
there's
5
one or
now?
2 inside. They got one for like a comedy, and then they got another one inside, and there's 3 outdoors, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, one of them is like the banquet hall with the stage.
Yeah.
And then the 3 outside, and then another one is like a smaller bar.
Can Hard Rock Radio get up there?
We'd have to change our description probably.
Why?
They want more tribute bands.
Oh,
than cover bands.
Tribute
it's
Island.
Like, you know, it's petty, but it's
We
the
could
way
say a tribute to
80s
classic metal.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
No, don't ever say 80s. I ain't gonna be-
Oh,
Classic.
yeah.
That might work.
Okay. We have to get with our promotional department and work
I'll
on
have
that.
my people talk to your people.
Okay, for me, I'm going to say Homerfest because that's where I live, and always one of my friends' bands always play there, whether it's Anthem or Anthem's Grand Illusion or Infinity, all these bands that are staples. I know the guys in Anthem; they're phenomenal guys, killer musicians. They bring it every time. they're just I just enjoy it. They play songs that I like. I mean, I grew up listening to Styx and all that stuff, so that's what I like, and they bring it. I think 11 opened up for them last year, so it was cool to see my friends in 11 play that. Yeah, and so I try and make Homerfest every year because that's where I live, and then I'll probably make one more. I've never been to Tribute Fest because I left Made in Chicago the year before you guys were able to get in that. So, I get it's kind of a sore spot in my ass for that. So, but well, maybe I'll get up there someday. I'll room with Johnny. Where do you stay? What's your go-to hotel up there, Johnny?
The hotel right there on the property.
There's a Wyndham right there?
Right there. You don't even have to
Wyndhams
leave.
are nice.
Yeah.
They got a pool, hot tub, the whole shot?
They got a pool.
Yeah.
Food there.
Ever meet any ladies over there?
Just some.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's outside. 3 stages.
You
one inside.
You currently got a favorite lady, a friend, or?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, so Johnny's taking ladies, so I know he's a hot commodity at the show. So. You're not bringing her to the shows though. Are you afraid?
Sometimes, yeah, she can make it.
Okay.
She comes.
All right.
It's off work.
Okay. All right. Well, that kind of wraps it up. I think upcoming shows for our bands. Let's start with Made in Chicago. Give us the schedule, Gary. Made in Chicago will be performing soon.
First and foremost, April 4th with Rain and Blood and Operation Empire at Base Camp.
Base Camp.
Yeah.
Okay. Good venue.
Good venue.
Good food. Good pizza.
Yeah.
Fucking killer food.
And April 18th is the big one. Now for us, it's our anniversary, 15 years. And
15 years,
that's
Made
at
Chicago.
The Forge, Killer of Giants, Operation Empire again.
Okay.
And then we are...
So all us old-timers, former Made in Chicagoers, are going to be jumping on stage for a song or two. Everyone that's ever been in the band is going to be part of this. It's going to be a big show. It's going to be at the Forge, our favorite place to play. And we're going to try and get the man in charge there on the podcast someday. So we're working on that. We're working on some pretty big names, people. So stay tuned. We got our tentacles out there. We're calling in some favors. We're, doing what we can to, apply pressure where we can. But, that's going to be a great show. I can't wait for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And what else? April.
Last one of the month for us would be April 25th. It's LaPorte Civic Auditorium.
LaPorte Civic Auditorium, Made in Chicago. Who's opening?
It's a tribute to Knotfest. Is that what they're calling it?
Oh, Knotfest. Okay, I saw that.
So I think it's a Slipknot band. I think Absolution, Unforgiven.
Absolution is a ghost tribute.
Verses is the
Subliminal Verses. Okay.
Subliminal Verses.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Indiana people, that's going to be at the LaPorte Civic Center, they call it? LaPorte
that's what I got. LaPorte Civic Auditorium.
Okay. So go on Made in Chicago Facebook page or their YouTube channel. Follow Made in Chicago. And now, what do you got for coming up for Al for Operation Empire and any other ventures you got going?
Right now, just the two that Gary mentioned where we're tagging along at Base Camp and the Forge.
Okay, you're opening for Made in Chicago.
Yeah.
Operation Empire, premier tribute to Queensryche.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
And in May, we've got one coming up. It's a little farther out. It's at J.J. Kelly's.
Yeah.
With an original act, some friends of Al's from out of state. I forgot where. So they're going to come in.
Oh, really?
Do a show with us there.
That could be fun.
Yeah. And then I just found out last week that the show that Scott was talking about with Vinny Appice.
Yes. Vinny Appice, it's like The Experience or something. He's gonna play music from I think all the stuff he's ever been involved in or something.
So Judas Rising is opening for that.
Right.
So he was talking about that. I'm going to be filling in on guitar for that one.
So it'll be you and Bryant?
Me and Bryant, yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
So,
heavy hitters there, people.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
And Christy's going to be singing?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So,
all right. Awesome. And Hard Rock Radio, what do we got going?
Well, we're probably not going to be doing anything till June.
Okay.
By the time this is aired, we've already played the Big Basin, and that's coming up at the time of this taping. Right. So, yeah.
All right. And we got stuff coming up future. So, we try and fit Hard Rock Radio in where we can with, Made Chicago and everything else going on. I'd like to announce my new venture officially, since Paul Wheeler put it out there. Paul Wheeler and I and Ken Becker and Joe, how do you pronounce his last name again? Joe, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. So we started a little thing. It was started in Paul Wheeler's basement, trying to learn and play Dream Theater songs. So it has now turned into a behemoth thing. We practiced for a year. We learned 6 or 8 songs, and we couldn't find a keyboard player. So we didn't know if it was going to be an actual project or just it started out as a challenge for us musically. We wanted something just for fun. But now we've been graced with the keyboard skills of Mr. Frank Lucas from Siberian. So Siberian is a original prog band out of Chicago. They've got 3 or 4 releases. Just very good band. Very good band. So check them out. Frank's is handling keys. We did a quick little initial show at Andrew Blake's Monster Jam. It went over pretty well. People enjoyed it. So we're going to step it up a notch. We're up to 10 songs now. And the name of the project is called Theater of Dreams. So look for that in the future, or go on my Facebook page and hit me up if you want information on that. It's in its infancy. It's not going to be something we're going to play all the time. It's going to be more of an event thing because, everyone in this band are in at least 2 or 3 other ventures, So especially Mr. Wheeler, I don't know how the hell that guy has time to learn all the shit he learns, but maybe we'll get him on the podcast someday. He's a character. So Theater of Dreams, that's my new thing. That's about it. Upcoming episode, we're going to be talking with our buddy Chase about a close friend of his and a guy on the South Side who passed away a couple years ago. And there's a whole story behind this gentleman and the things that he was involved in. He's a very well-known musician on the South Side. And so we're going to do like a whole story about him. And then, like I said, we're going to do also start thinking about your top 5 hard rock or metal albums of all time. If I see any country music, I'm going to send a missile to your house. I don't want to see country music. And, and that's about it. We're going to work on that. We're going to make that announcement soon about what episode that's going to be on. So we'll give you a deadline in the future about that. So we got anything else to add?
Yeah, I got to promote Laura from the Forge. She's one of the managers at the Forge, but she's doing this thing called the Metal Market. It's April 12th. It's noon to 4. The kitchen's going to be open.
At the Forge?
Yes. Our friend from Gypsy Rebel, Jen, she's going to have her merch up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's just going to be like various, heavy metal swag, just walk around and whatever you like.
Okay, so
kind of like a swap-a-rama for metalheads, I guess. I don't know.
So she works for FM management.
Yes.
And she, works for the Forge. And she's all over Facebook. She's really, really supportive of our community and does a great job for FM.
Yep.
And so shout out to her. Check that. If you have never been to the Forge, it's like we're so lucky to have that place. Yeah. I mean, it is killer. I mean, they've always got great sound in there, good sound men, great bands. There's always good metal acts in there. So, okay, cool. So that's we want to thank Johnny again for sitting in. We hope Dad gets well.
Thanks.
We'll say some prayers for him.
Thanks a lot.
And we expect to see you at every show going forward, for Made Chicago and Hard Rock Radio.
You're not going to get rid of me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you very much, everyone. Episode 3's a wrap, and we'll talk to you in 1 month. Thank you.